Hello. I think I'm spinning it the wrong way.
Lefty loosey, righty tighty.
I have a problem with right and left. Righty tighty. All right. Now that that's taken care of. All right. So, my shorts were around my ankles, and I was squatting in the back seat of a minivan, doing my best to keep the narrow mouth of a Starbucks Frappuccino bottle within range of my pee stream while we drove across the George Washington Bridge. Now, balancing yourself over a hole with about 1.5 inches diameter is hard, very hard, especially when you have to pee so badly that that Frappuccino bottle will not hold all that you must relieve. Stopping your flow before you're done, it's a real challenge. But I cherish this moment. I was exhausted, hungover, pretty sure I was going to get a UTI, but I was laughing. And after that weekend, after what I'd been feeling for some time, after what I was about to endure, this laughing is special. At this time in my life, I was encroaching upon a point in misery that you don't return from, or so it felt. Feeling that kind of loneliness that feels inescapable. A weekend in Vermont with my long-distance best friend sounded like just the fix I needed. The start of the trip wasn't so smooth either. I was running late. I was hot as fuck because I decided to wear a sweater in June in New York City. I had binged and taken a laxative the night before, so I kept having to shit. I guess that part was smooth. And when we finally hit the open road, I spilled my homemade kale avocado smoothie all over me. But I was determined to enjoy this break from the city. I was with one of my favorite people in the world, someone who loved and supported me. It should have been enough, but still I woke up the next morning, the day of her cousin's joint graduation party, with the feeling that had become all too familiar, like something was sitting on my chest, refusing to move. Getting up seemed like the most impossible thing, and if I managed to, I would have to see people, and they would see me, and they would nod in agreement with that mean part of my brain, that she is disgusting, she's awful, why is she here? Well, I came here to get away from you. But it had been getting bad the last few months. I could barely pretend to be happy. Smith, is everything okay? Is something wrong? Like, did they really want to know? Did I really want to tell them how splendid stepping into oncoming traffic at that moment seemed? And then the party began. And we were just in the middle of nowhere, Vermont, with way too much free wine. Every glass of white wine was fixing me up real nice. But really, I was just feeding that mean part of my brain. So naturally, it was time to get into the kitchen. But fuck, there were so many people in there. How am I going to get the amount of food I need to make myself sick without attracting too much attention? My friend gets me some curry, but it's not enough. And then she gets out cheese and crackers, and everyone is laughing and eating, and all I can think about is how I need more. I need another reason to feel worse. So I go into the dining room to think, to calm down maybe, when I see it. 2 white rectangular boxes. And I open one of them. And inside there's a sheet cake with icing exclaiming, "Congratulations." I need it. I need just a little bit, and I'll just take a little bit off the side. No one will notice. Oh my fuck, that is good. I just need a little more, and a little more becomes a lot more, and it just needed more. I needed more. So I raised my hand, I spread my fingers, and I descend upon it. I bear claw the center of the cake right through congratulations, scraping through fluffy frosting in the topmost layer of cake. I am devouring what lays in my hand like an animal. And then I hear someone. They're coming from the kitchen. So I scurry out the other door into the hallway, and I'm, licking off my fingers and brushing off the corners of my mouth when I hear someone exclaim, "Oh my God!" Fuck, did I not close the box? Oh God. I make sure there's no evidence on my hands, and I rush into the kitchen at the same moment that her youngest cousin is coming back from the dining room. Someone ruined the cake. Who would do something like that? Her cousin is looking around wide-eyed. Does she know? I saw that 6-year-old coming out of there a second ago. Oh my God, did I just do that? Who does something like that? I woke up the next day, numbed by my hangover, trying to convince myself that what I did was funny. I even told my driving companions on the way out of town about ruining the cake and blaming a child for it. Vermont didn't fix me. This incident wasn't anything new, and it certainly wasn't the last. The rest of the summer, the shame that I felt driving back from New York City wasn't some catalyst for change. It wasn't the fix I thought it would be. And the rest of that summer was one of the most trying times of my life. There's nothing quite like wanting to die, like fantasizing about no longer being alive. But I look back on that moment before things got too bad, to that Frappuccino bottle filled with my urine sitting at my feet, where I felt proud of myself for not peeing all over that rental minivan crossing the George Washington Bridge. For a moment, I relieved myself of the pretense that I need fixing, that I need anything other than that simple moment of joy.